is your team working well? Can we build more trust? Can we understand that resistance and unpack it and close it down now, get people on board, right? And then the third pillar is we help them with their focus.
Mhm.
Whoa, you're doing too much, right? We need to stream this back.
Mhm.
So let's take the EQ pillar and let's bring it to life for you. You know, we've recently been working with a trading team in a major mining company, right? Where the performance of a senior team was going down because there was a lack of trust and camaraderie,
Mm.
right? So although they had the same goal together to make more money trading commodities, the performance was going down and down. And when I stepped in and I started to talk to the individual team members, I realized that they saw each other as competitors
Mm.
because that's how they were, their bonus structure was set. If I make money, then it comes from your share,
Mhm.
right? So I see you as so they stopped sharing information, but even worse than that, they stopped getting to know each other.
Mm.
So when I sat next down to the guy and I said, just out of interest, tell me about the guy who sits next to you. And he said, why do you care about that guy? I said, humor me, tell me, like, how long have you sat next to him? 8 years. What can you tell me about him? Is he married? Does he have kids? He said, I don't know any of that stuff. I said, 8 years, you don't know any of that stuff. Wow, this is pretty bad. So I realized I needed to get them to see each other as humans, a bit like you
Mhm.
said, start to. So at the start of every team meeting, I'd take 10 minutes and I said, we're going to play a game. Who wants to play a game with me? And I said to them crucially, and this is where the whiffums come in. I said, you have a chance to win money off all your other teammates. And suddenly everyone was like, hey, I love money. I love beating these guys. So everyone put $100 in. I said, okay, round one, the game this week, you have to guess how many kids we all have collectively. The person who gets the number right gets all the money. Right. So they're all guessing numbers, very logical. There's 10 of us. Everyone must have on average 1.6 kids. So I'm going to guess 16 or 17. I said, okay, there's only one way to find out. Let's go around the room. And I get
Mhm.
each person not only to tell us what number, but the names of their kids, the ages, their favorite hobbies. Would take time. Right. Next week, we covered pets. The week after, we covered favorite holiday destinations. You know what? Within 6 weeks, this team began to ask each other questions without the game. How are your kids doing? How's that holiday you got lined up? You
Mhm.
know what happens at the same time? Their performance starts improving. They start sharing data. That's because we're working on the EQ pillar without them realizing we're working on the EQ pillar. Right? By the end of 3 months, that team is making 6% more profit than they've ever made.
Wow.
Their boss thinks I'm a genius. He said, what the hell do you do to my team? I said, I'm doing what you should be doing every day. I'm
Yeah.
connecting them, I'm making them a team because without that, it doesn't matter how smart they are.
Mhm.
They're never going to travel as far. Right. So that's a classic example of what we do.